And he's going to bed. We can check out the mirror.
A
Because
mirror
we failed
hangs
that
on
earlier.
the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Okay, that's locked and that's locked. Use your chain cutters to fix the faucet. Tool not in hand. Okay, hold on. Chain cutters.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall.
Wow.
In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
What's my interfacing? And that's as good as it's gonna be. Right. I could add a point to it, but not really much point in that. All right, let's try it.
The faucet
Yay.
is quite terribly mangled, but you just might be able to twist its parts into place. You handle the chain cutters deftly, applying just enough pressure. The faucet regains a recognizable shape. The steam stops.
Continue.
Told you that you needed those chain cutters. Everything is connected. Everything has a purpose.
Continue.
The mirror begins to clear slowly without you having to wipe it.
Okay. There's no more steam, so I could use electrochemistry to try to fix that. Now, I could add to electrochemistry, but considering it's only 3% still, I have a feeling it would be a damn near hard one to do anyway. Or I could try encyclopedia. You know what, screw it. Encyclopedia has been helpful anyway. Let's put a point into that. And we'll leave, go back to the mirror.
The mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's
not a bad
covered
odds.
in steam anymore. It's your face in the mirror, adorned with the expression.
Right. What's the source of the expression?
Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now.
Alright, screw it. Let's try electrochemistry.
Still not happening. It won't come off that easy.
Alright, let the mirror be. And... yeah, screw it. Let's go to bed.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
It's a hell of a bed. Well, encyclopedia has been helpful. I mean, it's been helpful-ish. Right, crawl in.
The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes.
Okay.
And then sleep doesn't come.
Uh-oh. Why?
And then sleep doesn't come.
But I want to sleep.
Obviously, you're in bed with your eyes closed, but it's not happening.
My bed is currently talking to me. That's great. Why?
Maybe it's the bed's fault.
Check the pillow.
Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly.
Right, check the blanket.
It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here, intimate and warm, breathing.
Brain.
Under your thrumming eyelids, you see a dizzying array of colors. You won't get off this carousel quite so easily.
Right, roll to the other side.
It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it?
Interesting. Okay, so who killed him?
Something to do with, what was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brain waves.
Okay, no more thoughts. Fall asleep.
Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
This can't end well. Oh. Okay. We're outside. Aha. Right. Disco ball and my corpse. Good.
Do you remember scent of your childhood.
That's creepy. Sleeplessness thought we played games to escape from real life. No. Do you remember the scent of your childhood? I was born in a hospital where people usually go to die. Wow, that's morose. Yeah, what is this?
What it says on the can, Harry. Answer the question.
Also, this is the bloated corpse of a drunk, which is just delightful. Just want to check something real quick. Okay, that's still working. I was born in a hospital where people usually go to die. Let's be depressed.
You're not kidding anyone, Harry. You don't remember shit. Tell me,
I mean, you're not wrong, Hippofan.
do you remember your wife's hand on your face?
My wife's hand on my face. I can scream, tell me what this is. I'm answering before you tell me who you are. Who?
Do you remember the warmth of her thighs between her legs and in her mouth?
Never really gotten over the observation that for some people it was the worst day of their lives, and for me it was a chicken finger day at the calf. Yeah. Hospitals are strange places, and I always feel odd being in them. I mean, even when I saw, 8 to 12 hospitals a day when I was working as a medic, it's always a strange place, and I think it will always be a strange place. I can say I left or I was left. Or I can say I don't know what this is. I mean, it's obviously me. I'm gonna say I was left.
That's right, funky baby. And you just stood there. One hand on the bottle and the other on your dick. Watching her go. Let it all be dragged away from you. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours?
Okay, fair. Let's be hopeful. I can get it all back.
No, it's gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. You failed. You failed me.
Okay.
You failed Elysium.
What's Elysium?
Everything. The Pale and the Isolas on the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history.
Got it.
You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people, and you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up.
Fair to point out that their population is a bit over half of ours, which a little depressing. I've talked to you before.
No, Harry. You were just talking to yourself. That's all you ever do, even in your dreams. And the act is wearing thin. The spots on the disco ball fade around you.
Okay.
You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time, sweating up the bed.
It's moved over to my ancient reptilian brain.
Stinky boy.
And now my limbic system. Okay, but I can come back from this.
You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours, bumping into things and acting like a clown? Who are you kidding?
I mean, it made me laugh. I'm trying to solve this case. My mind is tired and broken, or help me. I feel like asking help from a corpse probably isn't the best bet. I'm trying to solve the case.
You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you, a thin, sleep-like state, more glass than velvet, grinding in your head.
They also live on what seems to be a small archipelago planet. True. The world reminds me of a Civ game on an archipelago map with like six major civs. Yeah, that just take over. That makes sense.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover.
God, there's another type?
Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too, so soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork, barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry.
Creepy.
Time to go to work in the shit factory.
That is super creepy. Oh, I've healed. Okay, brain.
Good going, buddy.
Electrochemistry is pleased with me. Disco night, right. Just had the most beautiful dream, uplifting and rejuvenating. Yeah, is that how it's going to be when I close my eyes?
Yes. Wait till you see the one with the chick in it. It's gonna be a good one. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night.
What chick?
You don't know? You don't know? Some broad that messed you up. It'll come to you. It always does.
Right. What the hell's going on with me?
You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think.
At least you woke up on the bed with your clothes on this morning. That's an improvement. I mean, true. Wasn't face down, ass up with a bottle in my hand. Why is this happening?
It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more.
Ah, brain?
Don't do that. Stay strong. The hangover will wear off. You don't need to keep doing this to yourself.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to go looking for speed, mostly because I don't have the money for it, but that's part of it.
Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Basically, a week. Let's be honest, 2 weeks. Maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. You will be fired.
Right, let's opt out of aiming to get speed.
Suit yourself, slow, sad shell man. See how you do without your spark.
Electrochemistry is mad. Right. Let's talk to the ceiling fan, see how it's doing.
The fan stands still.
Pull on the light bulb.
The lights are on.
Well, it didn't try to kill me that time. That's nice. Oh! Something on the floor.
Window stands
it's
in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
It's the window. Right,
The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
Did I break this with my own
A
hands?
fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent.
Right, this is where I threw my shoe out the window.
More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact.
Right, assess the size.
It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist.
The writer really understands drug use and depression. Yeah, agreed. The writing hits different. True.
The shoe you found on the balcony fits the hole almost as well as your foot. It would have also been heavy enough if thrown with force.
Good.
Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe.
Maybe I was trying to hit someone.
And maybe, just maybe, you succeeded. We'll never know.
I get it, cause reflection.
Or maybe you were trying to smash your own reflection in the window pane.
Thank you, Inland. And can we do the mirror again this morning?
A mirror hangs on the bathroom.
No. Okay. And that is apparently locked. Can I use the crowbar to open that up? No, I cannot. Okay. Right, out we go. And I'm guessing Kim is in here.
The door is closed. There is no answer.
Good.
You hear the shower being turned on. Somewhere inside.
Gotcha.
A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you.
I'm so alone. Why are you doing this? Don't do this to me. Swallow the emotion. I'm so alone.
The door is indifferent to your loneliness.
Excellent.
The world does not care.
Inverted commas. Well, have you pieced together what happened with the shoe? Yeah, I'm guessing I tried to hit my own reflection with it and threw it out the window. Or through the window, rather. Try the handle.
This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside.
Okay, leave. In that case, anybody here? No. Is Kim downstairs? Loading. Ooh. New things. Kim is indeed downstairs. And he wants to talk. Good morning.
Morning.
Gives you a quick nod. Don't think that was it. Want to know my theory explanation I read online? Sure if you want.
Looks like we can get to work at once. The Union muscle turned up. They look
Points to the
rowdy.
mess hall
We
doors.
should talk to them.
Okay. What do you mean rowdy?
I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the Union. These men here,
Gotcha.
men who drink beer for breakfast, there's talk of an armed wing of the Union called the Hardy Boys, who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them.
Ah, are these the men
I
Gart told us
completely
about?
forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said.
You were trying to hang yourself with your tie on the ceiling fan, but your shoe went flying out the window. It's a possibility. Certainly fits all the facts.
One loose thread less to worry about, and one big problem to replace it.
Okay. Why do we need to talk to them?
Everything points to the dock workers' union. The belt used for hanging him, tracks in the mud, the circumstances in Martinez, my preliminary information.
Welcome back, Mimi. Finished all your work, now I have to do 2 real days off. Hell yeah.
Which may, of course, all be wrong. But we still need to talk to them, and it won't be easy.
Okay. Should we call in reinforcements?
That would just escalate tensions. No captain would sign off on it. Solving one murder isn't worth a conflict between the RCM and the Debarders Union.
Fair. Can't remember where I read it, but it seemed to make a lot of sense. Yeah, it really does, Hippofant. Especially, given the state of the room, the shoe flying out the window, all that jazz. It makes sense.
In fact, even the death of 2 detectives might not warrant an all-out war. So let's keep a cool head, okay?
Gotcha. Your second class sent an email 5 minutes late. Am off the class. Oh, shit. Have a good class, Maglor.
One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Okay.
But aren't you curious to know what they have to say about the murder?
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
Okay. Right, manager person.
Can I help you?
About my
Got
bill.
the 20 real.
Not yet.
Why are you wasting my time? And your
I still need a
Yes,
fridge.
yes, for the dead body. You want to put a dead corpse into my fridge, right?
How did you know?
Because you haven't taken it away yet, and it must be stinking hard about now.
Hmm.
Well, you're not putting it here. This is
All right.
Since we're just going to...
Right, let's talk to the cook. We had to bug him about something. First things first. Aroma of spices, alcohol, and tomato hangs in the air. Tomatoes are so thinly sliced you can see through them.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence.
Do you know what's behind the door?
He looks up at you, then looks away quickly, shrugging and muttering something to himself.
Okay.
Shrugging is an international sign for, no, I don't know what's behind that door.
Excellent. Leo said you're friends with Manana, is that true?
The mention of manana gets his attention. He smiles and delivers a whole slew of unfamiliar words and lively gestures. Then he falls silent again.
Okay.
They're friends.
Thank you, empathy. What's in the borscht?
The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his and then seems to wait for you to speak.
Brain.
I'm pretty sure he asked you a question.
Okay.
He doesn't know your language. You can just say something cool in return.
No, that doesn't sound like a good idea. Yes, let's nod.
Borscht need more vodka?
Ah. He looks at the soup, then to you, more vodka. He picks up the bottle from the shelf.
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits. Clever move by the Union.
Gotcha.
Vodka borscht! I love it, Bratan! Turn it the fuck up and then ask for some yourself.
The necktie is still my favorite part. Okay, Brain.
Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea, honestly. The place is a powder keg.
Let's see. We can make the borscht even more alcoholic. It would probably end badly. But it would be slightly hilarious. All right, let's try the non-vodka option.
The cook gives you a long, disappointed look, then turns the stove off and seems to wait for you to speak.
Right, I need a fridge to store a corpse.
The man keeps shaking his head. His eyes seem sad. Then he starts swiping crumbs off the countertop.
Why does his eyes seem sad?
I don't think he understands, officer. We need to find some other way to make ourselves clear.
Okay. What language is he speaking?
He's from Grad, a Koiko.
Okay.
With the mention of the word koiko, the cook starts talking excessively, his hands up in the air again.
Right, Brain?
He's happy for some reason.
Okay. Brain again?
He's from Grad. People from Grad don't mind if they're called by their national derogatives. It's okay to call him a koiko.
Right. Make stabbing motions at the meat on the cutting board. Need to put a corpse. Point to Kim. Into the fridge. Point to the fridge. Oh no. Let's try the meat and then the cutting board. And yeah,
What are you doing?
don't know.
The cook looks at you doing the charade and smiles.
Point towards the fridge.
The cook says something. It's quite animated, but you still don't understand.
Okay. Point to Kim then.
Why am I the corpse?
He turns his eyes to the cook, who gives you both a bright smile.
Doesn't matter. I don't think he understood us anyway. He wouldn't be smiling if he did.
Fair. Right. Just point to the fridge.
Oh, no. Body no fit fridge. Fridge more.
That's fair point. His eyes light up with understanding, instantly grow dark again. How do you know? Maybe it's a small body. Oh no. Yeah, okay.
I know.
Okay.
He knows correctly. It is too small.
Thank you.
Okay, we have our answer. It won't fit. We need a bigger fridge.
Okay. Let's leave. Now, can I do anything with the door?
You see, a heavy steel the door does not. The cobalt blues. It leads to a side building adjacent to.
Okay. So nothing new there. Now, before we start in on these guys, let's talk to her. Durgaz, how you doing?
Just a moment.
The old woman turns back to the cafeteria manager.
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
He appears genuinely apologetic.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear.
Good day. Everything all right?
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working.
Okay.
The Union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
Why do you need to use the phone?
To let the young woman who's house sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them. I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
Okay. Has your husband been missing long?
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully.
Okay. Doing well. Had a late evening inventory audit over FaceTime that was spot on. Been worried about it for 2 days, even though I haven't been off in 6 years. Now I can relax for 6 to 12 months again. Nice.
A cold breeze hisses through dense thickets of reeds. Something sweet in it, somnolent. A damp chill goes down your spine. When you look around, you're still in the whirling in rags.
My shivers is really going nuts. I love it. How's it going here? The game is fantastic. I'm having a blast. My necktie has been very vocal today. Which is a sentence that I can use. Continue.
You have more important things to worry about.
What's the expedition your husband's on?
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect.
Okay.
But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the water lock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
Okay. Do you trust Gary?
Oh, sweetie, it's nothing like that.
She smiles.
Gary's as loyal as they come. I trust him with my husband's life any day.
Extremely rare, says the cryptozoologist, right? Are they in a rough neighborhood?
There's a nameless old fishing village nearby, but we've never had any trouble there before. There is a lot of crime around here, isn't there?
True.
I can't say it's the best part of town, but I wouldn't worry too much about a pair of grown men traveling together.
Push her over. That's terrible, Mimi.
Do it. Find her husband. This will surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery with that extremely rare insect.
I'm kind of going with the Inland Empire here.
Some fringe science is exactly what's needed right now. Spice up that vanilla murder investigation.
I'm not nice in video games. That's fair. You know what? I will help you find your husband.
Are you sure we have time to go chasing after bug hunters just now? I did suggest we play it cool, but...
Just a little side thing. We'll do it down the line. Already given my word. I'm honor bound to uphold it. I've got a premonition that this missing scientist is connected to our case. I think it would be good to take a break from the Hangman for a little while. It's just police work. You know what? Yeah, it's just police work.
Yes, but a junior officer could...
He takes off his glasses and thinks, then puts them back on without wiping.
Fine. Our victim's already been dead more than a week. One more diversion won't change anything.
Vanilla murder investigation.
Thank you, officers. Truly, I'll be right here if you come across any sign of Morel.
Okay. So, he's a scientist then?
Oh, yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more
Excellent.
precise.
And that is?
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
The lieutenant sounds unimpressed.
That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions.
You leave Lena alone. I accidentally almost killed her.
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
Can be nice.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious.
Okay.
Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless, and frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
Right. Brain?
The quality of research at Revacholian universities has been on the decline, but you doubt there was ever a time when cryptozoology was embraced by the academic elite.
True. Mono White is back to being the #1 deck again, the one I got stomped by last stream. Oh no. Yeah, considering what he was playing against you before, I'm not super surprised by that. Other brain.
She's completely internalized her husband's struggles. They are her own.
I have a bonus because I have the green ape pen. Aw, yeah. So, tell her some cool cryptids. First tell me about the rare insect your husband's looking for.
Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating. But I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
No, I want to hear about the insect.
Well, it's a phasmid, technically, but...
Brain?
Ah yes, Phasmatodea, a diverse group of insects whose bodies resemble twigs, leaves, that sort of thing. Ghost insects, colloquially.
Excellent. Usually doesn't pop off that perfectly from what you saw, but statistically it's on the top again. Ah, gotcha. Love entomological minutiae. Yeah. It's a fun term as well. Brain again.
Oh yeah. Here comes the interesting.
Go inland, go.
Where other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insulindian coast.
Okay.
Hence its name, the Insulindian phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering the phasmid with us, officers.
She looks you in the eye and nods thoughtfully.
I knew it. We're gonna be chasing made-up insects with cryptozoologists.
Kim sounds pleased.
It's not made up, officer. I can assure you.
Okay.
It's simply elusive, so much so that most establishment zoologists doubt it exists at all.
What makes you think it's around here?
Well, some teenagers making out in the reeds saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper about their encounter with a ghost insect that looks like the reeds. Gary sent us the clipping.
Okay. Kim is perpetually disappointed. It's true. Newspaper clipping is all the evidence you have?
Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but their description matched the Insulindian phasmid perfectly, and they didn't even know what they were looking at.
Okay. Is it dangerous?
Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully?
Is it valuable?
Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for the money, sweetie.
Does it have cool powers?
Yes, it can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds. It's how it stayed hidden all these years, centuries even.
I had a green, black, red ramper with rituals that could get a casual 6/7 mana on turn 2. Jesus Christ! I don't even play Magic that much, and that's insane. What's so special about the stick bug?
Oh dear. I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. It is very special.
Okay. Her face flushes with embarrassment.
Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. Then you'd understand, I'm sure.
Okay, tell me more about Morel.
Oh dear. I'm not sure where to begin.
What does he look like?
Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's. And his palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle.
Okay, Brian.
It's always a challenge to describe the person you know best in the world.
Interesting. If I were to meet him on the street, what would I look for?
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame. And he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed. You might say wild, even.
Knocking birds up in here. I mean, we're all geeks in some way, Hippofant. It's fine. Back in my day, you played 3 WW for a flying white 4/4 vigilance, and we liked it. Hippofant, I promise we'll get off your lawn at some point.
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook and begins jotting down the woman's description.
See, Kim's in on it. Nice.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds, you know, just in case.
Okay. How long have you been married?
We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestones even more somehow.
Okay. How'd you two meet?
By a dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking to get back into the scene after recovering from my accident, and he'd just divorced.
Okay.
We hit it off, and, well, here we are.
Okay. I think I have all the information I need. Let's move on.
I hope I've been useful.
Right, 58% chance to convince you to tell me something cool about cryptids.
Sometimes
Yay!
the most charming thing you can do is be reasonable in your requests.
Could you tell me about just one more interesting cryptid?
I suppose you could use a break, and I could use a distraction.
I win.
One cryptid, like you said. One. This can't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza. We have things to do.
Kim is so mad. Okay, just one cryptid, I promise.
He nods and assumes a waiting posture.
Brian?
Cryptids, cryptids. Let's hear about all the interesting cryptids.
Kim's the best, he's humoring you. It's true.
Ooh, tough choice there.
Okay, what's the biggest cryptid? What's the tiniest cryptid? What's the most dangerous cryptid? Is that a cryptid on this pen you gave me? We're gonna have to talk about the pen. Are there any invisible cryptids? And okay. Dangerous or the cryptid on the pen, which is a green monkey. Let's go for dangerous.
The gnome of Jeroma.
She pauses for effect. That doesn't sound too bad.
Oh, it is. None of his victims survived. Grieving relatives never even found their bodies because the gnome's venom dissolved organic tissue.
If none of his victims survived, then how does anybody know about... Never mind. What did this cryptid look like?
It was reportedly a small creature with webbed fingers and a protruding forehead and a gangly little thing. Quite scary to look at.
Okay.
A couple of campers found it when it was already dying. They heard an odd wailing in the woods and followed the sound. They were scared and wrapped it in tarpaulin to suffocate it.
Okay.
It still took the gnome of Jeroma an entire day to die.
Okay.
If the body of the creature was found, why aren't there detailed illustrations of it in science textbooks, confirming the existence of this very little species?
Gnome sounds vaguely. Like, I have no idea what that is, bathrobe. But yes, why isn't there a body?
Alas, the first scientist who got his hands on the creature's corpse put it in a jar of formaldehyde, thinking that would detoxify the gnome's venom.
Okay.
Instead, all the venom leaked out of the creature's teeth and into the surrounding liquid, dissolving the creature itself. A poetic end, perhaps, but a real loss for science.
Japanese river demon. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Brain?
Alas, always alas, and then it was gone. Isn't that overly convenient?
I mean, it is overly convenient that it disappeared, but will be nice. Perfectly good explanation. Stop being skeptical.
Sure, a perfectly good explanation. It dissolved in its own venom. Go on then. Ask about more gnomes or whatever.
I made logic mad. We promised Kim it would only be one. Right. We'll conclude.
Of course, dear.
Right. We can always ask more about later. That's all for now. Okay. Hello.
Let me handle this.
The woman says to the crowd in the mess hall before turning to you.
You seem a little different today. Less hospitable.
Ah,
You are far from home, lieutenants. This isn't a district known for its love of self-proclaimed militiamen.
gotcha. Mean no trouble, I'm here to do my job, that's all. Choosing between Kim and more cryptids is the hardest decision in the game. It was painful. Anyway, yes, I'm just here to do my job.
Not a muscle moves in her face, but her eyes trace yours, stern and perceptive.
Okay.
You are looking for Titus Hardy, who you think has information on a murder the RCM is investigating. You want to interview him.
She points to the man standing in the middle of the room.
That's Titus. Talk to him, but know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming, nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
Okay. Unfortunately, I clicked on that when I was in conversation, and now I can't read what the hell it says.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
Okay.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
Right, Brain?
Could this be the Miss Beaufort that Easy Leo mentioned? The one Mr. Everard sent to law school?
Interesting. Yeah, are you Miss Beaufort?
I suggest not wasting time on trivial pleasantries and focusing on why you are actually here. Titus Hardy.
She points to the tall man at the table. Okay. Easy Leo told me about you. He likes to talk a lot.
You are not here to chat up the legal counsel. You are here to question these men.
Okay. Why are you being so aggressive?
Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
Okay.
Just dock workers? Do dock workers spy on the police? We let you off easy, miss. Don't think it will happen again.
I mean, fair, Hierophant.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
The tall, broad-shouldered man takes a sip of his beer.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
The world needs a financial buffer zone. No need to get emotional. Privatization is not unlawful. It's cool and funny. Maybe you're just not historic individuals. Don't know where you heard that, but it's wrong. RCM is principled and strong, unlike you socialists. I like that. Good start. Let's take a step further. Armed uprising. What are the union's plans? Screw it. We're going for it.
Look, a comedian. Do your job, ask your questions, then get out of Martinez.
Aw, I was being sincere.
Strange. It's as if people don't believe a cop could be a socialist revolutionary.
I mean, fair. What's your role in all this?
Obviously, I'm a lawyer, a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. I would urge you to consider what you say to my clients.
Okay. What if I want to talk to you?
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez, you are no one.
You're almost a cop? I'm sorry. Alright, I'll talk to Titus then. There's a bowl, they're spitting it, reeking of tobacco. You see hawthorn bushes outside. Photos of men in overalls toting guns and Union placards. Okay. Let's talk to this guy. Oh,
This is what
damn it.
you say. Your bit.
I wanted to click on the thing and I can't do it in conversation. A broad-shouldered man points at you with a beer can.
Detective.
The lieutenant acknowledges you with a sharp note. He's leaving it to you. Okay. We need to talk about the man hanged out back.
Oh, this is about him. A real looker, that won't.
Yeah, bathrobe, unfortunately, that's not a thing that happens. It's not... Yeah. If you go against the way that... What Hippofan said. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. You either wind up dead or you wind up in prison on charges that didn't occur. So that's how that works out for you, unfortunately. Right. So he liked the look of the guy that was hung in the tree. Odd.
You sure took your time, huh? Waited for him to get real ripe and pretty for you.
I mean, we did take a week.
Oh, he was a real pretty boy. Hanging up there, letting out that pretty boy smell.
Mm-hmm.
I can't for the life of me understand why you did it. I mean, I would have just left him up there. You must really like cleaning up other people's shit.
Ironically, they did try to charge you with shit you didn't do. I mean, yeah, that's how things go. Last time I was actually pulled over by the cops, the 3 people that were there and ended up arresting me also threatened to break my legs because I was there. Like, they accused me of breaking some shit, and they said, well, what if I broke your legs? How would you like that? And I was like, excuse me? Like, the fuck does that have to do with anything? Hi, Kronos. Come on up. Come on. People haven't seen you tonight. Continue.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
Well, she's useful.
Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Chances are they're going to match.
Scan the room.
Starting from the right. Boot size 44. Blonde man. In his 30s. Overbearingly masculine.
Okay. Yeah, unfortunately that's really common Hippofant. And it's... There are lists upon lists of things like that have happened. It's unfortunate, but the only thing that I've seen that solved that problem was a city that literally fired its entire police force from the chief down and rehired everybody. And by doing that, like, they were able to weed out literally every shitty cop in the precinct. And that worked. I don't know if it's still working, but it worked for a while.
Sitting on his right.
Come here.
Standard working boots. Size 45 or 46. Eldest in the room. Probably mid-50s. Smoker. Quiet.
Okay.
Across at the other table.
Come here.
Hobnailed working boots. Size 43. Gang tattoos. Mesk or Sarah Maritzian, in his late 30s, early 40s.
Okay, Brain.
He spent his youth in Villa Labos, a housing project in the Jamrock Quarter. There were incarcerations. Hard to say what else. The ink is fading.
Okay.
And then, standard working boot. Steel reinforced toes. Size 46. The big dick. Wide at the shoulders and lean at the hips. Rugby cap. Fingerless gloves. And numerous scars. A little under 40.
Okay, Brain.
The emblem on his vest says Rowing Club. A little patch below it reads T. Hardy, Captain.
Interesting. Hi, Kronos.
In the far corner, standard working boot. Steel reinforced toes. Size 44. 40-something. Non-alcoholic beverage in hand. You squint. Is that a plectrum?
A plectrum? Where?
On his neck. Forget it. It's not important.
A plectrum on his neck. Okay. Derigas, thank you very much for the gift sub. And to Hippofant as well. Hippofant, enjoy your emotes. That should be fun. Everybody say hi to Kronos. It's now a Kronos stream. I should just have a one button thing where I could just put up this is now a cat stream. Come here, it's okay. You're okay. What's the matter? He has been so cuddly the last couple days. I don't know why. I mean, maybe it's the fact that it finally got cold for a little bit at night, but just extra cuddly. It's adorable. What's the matter? Oh, you want the water? Okay, here. You can have the water. Go ahead. Go ahead. He was looking longingly at the water cup. Okay. So Eugene has a plectrum on his neck. It's right here. Go ahead. Has Sliverdad been in here? He usually tries to take the bits thrown. I haven't seen him this week, but I saw him last week, I think. Okay, continue, Brain.
Let's call this one the musician.
Okay, and the little guy?
Size 41, with the light step. Not a child, after all. An older man with a rat face, mean, watery eyes, and 2 front teeth missing.
Okay.
In the middle, heaving and wheezing. Big guy. Boot size 46, deep marks. Probably carried the victim over. He alone is 130 kilos. Add the man in armor, and you could easily exceed 220.
Okay. So we have information. These guys definitely did it.
In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, but there's a discrepancy.
One of them is missing, the odd soul.
Exactly. You've stood there for about 4 seconds, not saying anything. Hit them with questions. Where's the 8th Hardy?
Okay.
The fuck is with you, fella?
I found 8 set of footprints, but there's only 7 of you. Where's the 8th Hardy boy?
What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy boy. There's 7 of us, and we're all here.
He sizes you up.
Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardy boy? We ain't hiring.
Continue.
Actually, boss, we've been talking, and we think she could maybe...
Shut the fuck up, Glenn! I do the talking here.
Okay. So we're looking for a she.
Cop.
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about her?
Thank you, Kim.
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardy Boys matter. Nothing to do with your shit. End.
Thought there were only 2 Hardy Boys. Such terrible books. I mean, really good for kids, but awful. Glenn's spirit decor is pretty low. Yeah. He points to the lieutenant.
You're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you don't want a bullet in the back of your head. I'm watching you.
Okay.
Good. We are all watching each other. Officer, your question.
Brain.
There's no point in pushing it further, he thinks. This is already a victory. We'll learn more about this 8th Hardy sooner or later.
Okay. The hanged man in the backyard. Did you do it?
The pretty boy. You guys really love talking about that pretty boy.
Continue.
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
Why is there a container belt around the dead man's neck? Why are your boot prints all over the scene? I've spoken to a dead man in a bizarre occult vision. Right. Yeah, I saw R. Kelly got convicted. That's excellent news. Also, yeah, fuck that guy. Just in general. 3 isn't exactly wrong. It's not wrong. Although the corpse did tell me later in my dreams that I've only been talking with myself. So, I mean, that's a thing. Why is there a container belt around the dead man's neck?
Container belt? Like we use in the harbor?
Yeah.
Because we took it from the harbor where we work. Then we went out back and used it to hang him.
Always good to have a confession.
We did this. Together. All of us. Until he was dead. That's why there's a container belt around his neck.
Awful nice of him to confess.
Goddamn right.
No. These 7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened so that you don't waste any more of your time.
But he did just... Right, Brain?
All 7 together. They're diluting responsibility. It's an anti-arrest tactic.
Interesting. So, you murdered him just like that, no remorse. Who called the shots? When did this hanging incident occur? Yeah, when?
You don't have to answer any of his questions.
The fixer turns to remind Titus.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week.
Can't arrest all 7 of us at once. Scatter. See, now that is the kind of tactics I grew up with. Like, there's 6 or 7 of us. Okay, there's 1 police officer showing up. Everybody run a different direction. It'll be fine. How long have you known the victim?
Known him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole.
Right, Glenn's not too bright.
Yeah! Who do you think we are?
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy?
Okay.
By the Pines cow, you mean the representative for Wild Pines? The shipping company you are striking against?
Excellent.
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what?
He rubs his chin, pretending to mull it over.
Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
Continue.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions.
Okay. We know how they killed him. Why did you kill him? Well, he works for the rival company. That makes sense. Who called the shots that night?
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardy Boy without arresting all Hardy Boys.
I mean, at least in this world, there is legal precedent for that. You just RICO him and call it a day. But, continue.
Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
A shadow of a smirk passes her lips and she tilts her head.
A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation.
Okay, let's address Titus. No, but seriously, who calls the shots around here?
Who do you fucking think does?
Let's see. I can point at Titus. You do. You give the commands. I can point at Elizabeth. I thought she did. I can point at Fat Angus. The biggest animal dominates the herd. I'm guessing it's the big one. Bow to the bearded man. Gangs are usually run by the oldest, most venerable member. Gotta go support the waifu. No worries, Samo. Hope you have a great night. Point at the harbor. Avant Claire runs the union. You answer to him, right? It's the 8th Hardy Boy, the one who's missing. But we know the one who's missing is actually a woman. Okay. So... I'm guessing the big one isn't the leader. Let's point at Elizabeth. I think she did. But we're not going to arrest her, so that's not going to work. Avant Claire runs the union. You answer to him. That would piss him off. I just bet it would piss him off. Oh, tough choices. Sounds more amused than angry. Let's point at Elizabeth. I thought she did.
It wasn't a question, dickwad. How fucking stupid are you?
Continue.
This asshole is worse than... Titus runs the Hardy Boys, genius. That's why we're called the Hardy Boys. Ain't that right, fellas?
Good of them to admit it.
I think you got your answer, Mr. Law.
Yes, there are some administrative differences. But on that night, they all acted as one man.
Okay. So... let's get a step-by-step. How did you kill him?
We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still. Wasn't that obvious, Copper?
Chief prosecutor who is trying to force my charges is getting RICO'd and looking at 30 years federal for corruption and conspiracy. Nice. The feds are also looking at commuting a lot of sentences he prosecuted because he was in league with private prisons. Yeah, no, that happens a lot, unfortunately. Right, continue.
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot?
Continue.
The autopsy showed there were no ligature marks. His hands were not tied. Can you explain that?
That's exactly what I was looking for. Thank you, Kim.
Look, I'm not gonna play 20 questions with you, Capo. I'll say it again. We killed him.
Looks even more irritated than before.
Yeah, I knocked him out. Came up behind him and clapped him in the back of the head. He went down like a sack of sand.
Don't think you did.
That's right, lawman. And then we hanged the fuck.
There's no info on the body saying he was clubbed.
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first, then see if it all adds up.
Okay, so... what'd you use to knock him out?
My fucking elbow, Copper. Samaran boxing style.
Brain?
Samaran boxing, or Sambo, is an eloquently violent set of one-on-one fighting moves, originating from the Samaran Isola. Sambo style implies stealth, cleverness, and cool.
Okay. Brain again.
He may be lying, but he's good at it. No twitching, no rushing, no uncalled for details.
Okay. Where did it take place?
Right fucking here. The fucker started coming to our bar. Asking for it.
Okay, we've got a 42% chance to challenge. Things aren't quite right here. Try it.
Actually,
damn it.
They're admirably, surprisingly composed. The entire room. Given how many questions you've lobbed their way.
Damn. Okay.
Well, this one. But he's always fidgeting, so don't get your hopes up.
I should have used my skill point. Right, other questions.
Like what, Copper?
Why did you kill him?
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town.
So he was a mercenary.
And he stepped out of line.
Okay. Continue.
What kind of mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Kohoy and Semenine written all over him. Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
Okay.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
Brian.
This one has a special gripe with him coming here.
Interesting.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara.
How do you know he was in Special Forces?
Cause one night he walked straight up to the mic and said, "I'm Oranese goddamn Special Forces, and I'm gonna fuck you all."
Right.
Really?
Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some Oranese paratrooper song, and said he's gonna fuck everyone.
What the fuck? So he's a strikebreaker. Yeah, it sounds like it.
We couldn't believe it either, but he fucking did. Right there. Like some kind of animal.
Okay. Brain.
Sire, the tale is true.
Interesting. More brain.
This is a serious violation of the karaoke code.
Okay, besides crimes against karaoke, what did he actually do?
Wrong. He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
Okay. Brain.
From rape to harassment to threats of violence. Why the strange de-escalation?
Good question. Brain again.
He regrets mentioning it. Hopes you didn't notice.
Gotcha.
To kill us all if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. And that was before he started coming here.
Okay. More.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grab one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
Tell me more.
He grabbed someone?
Lieutenant is trying to make sense of the flood of information.
Yeah, this girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl, young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming. "Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt?" Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
Huh. Was this the same girl who was raped?
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen.
Okay.
Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you fucking listening?
He repeats like a parrot. Yes, he does. Brain.
There's something odd here.
Okay.
Seems like they don't want to talk about that rape Titus mentioned. Why not? This is a serious allegation. Make them talk about it.
Okay, so who did he rape then?
No. You're not getting the name. That's a Martinez matter. And I'm not discussing it with you clowns.
Okay. So, you killed him without remorse.
How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for them?
I don't honestly know. Brain.
Chaise électrique is the method of capital punishment in Revachol under the Coalition. During the suzerain's reign, it used to be the firing squad.
Okay.
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
He says it as if it were worse than dying. Okay. Let's see. Reunion, what's that? These are all bad people. This is asking myself. Reunion, what's that?
The River Esperance Correctional Facility, a military prison run by the Coalition, dubbed Reunion by the inmates. The origin of the name is unknown.
Okay. So these were all bad people, criminals and scum of the earth, just doing my job. What we do is different, enforce the law. You just kill people like it's nothing. Honestly, I drank so much, I really can't remember anyone I've sent behind bars. I mean, it's not wrong. Yeah. These are all bad people. Let's just go with that.
Rest assured, lawman, none worse than our guy. He got what was coming to him.
Challenging Titus wouldn't be the best idea because we would end up dead. So what are we gonna do now?
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong.
I have to prove my authority to Titus Hardy. Wow.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder, even if it is a group responsibility. We're going to look into this.
Okay.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us, real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating.
Okay. So I don't have the authority for this. I fucking don't. How many hours has it been and your sidekick still hasn't cleaned the blood off his face? That's not blood, it's just the artwork. Like mine being all glowing and bloodshot because I'm a drunk. I think that might be a scar or something. Not sure. Possibly a shadow. Right, I'm gonna take off. Unless my authority's a 2. Okay, so I could take off some of my items, get it up to a 4. Let's try that. I'm gonna go for now. Okay, he sits down.
The theme on that pinball machine is a standard royalist theme, used on everything from pinball cabinets to full-flavor cigarettes.
What are the hallmarks?
Clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and cast out all the profiteers and homosexuals. Basically, imagine a yellow plastic crown with a liquor brand emblazoned on it.
Okay. The idea of a king and a century gone is pretty fascinating. Okay. Where can I get a crown? Rather know more about the world of today. Yeah, the world of today.
The contemporary period stands still. The fated carousel of progress that doomed the royalists is itself winding down. Our time is decelerating into what? No one knows.
Does it come with a free dice bag? Oh, hold on. Window.
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers.
Ah. Okay. I'm gonna squint at it.
There's a little slide panel up there to let some air in. No need to open it in spring. It's still too cold outside.
Interesting. So I saw a mysterious door, and apparently it's not yet time. Okay.